Hello, dear participants, dear cheerers, dear colleagues, and jury members. Today in the Boiling Point Tumen, we have not usual, but I would say extraordinary event. Teams of startups of the Industrial University of Tumen have invited to compete with them representatives of the universities from Russia and all around the world to compete for the title of the best team of student startup participants. This is the initiative of the Industrial University of Tumen, Boiling Point Tumen, and in our plans is to make this competition traditional one, and with every year to expand the representation of the participants and the quality of the presented developments and startups. And with great pleasure, I give the floor and the word to Oleg Danilov, doctor and professor and the head of the Smart City track, and also head of one of the Industrial University of Tumen departments. Oleg Fedorovich, please.
Спасибо большое, Алексей. Хочу представить нашего оратора Алексей Нилаев. Это программный директор точки кипения Тюмень.
Раз.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for the given word, and I would like to present Alexei Nilayev, the program director of the Boiling Point Tumen, and thanks again for the given word.
Спасибо еще раз, Алексей. Признаюсь откровенно, мне очень приятно находиться в этом уютном и таком празднично обставленном красивом зале, быть вместе со всеми и испытывать такое очень необычное волнение сегодня. Действительно предстоит такое нешуточное сражение стартапов. Вообще развитие технологического и социального предпринимательства в вузах сегодня – это такой мировой тренд трансформации университетов и получение навыков коммуникации, креативного мышления, эмоционального интеллекта на сегодня – это, пожалуй, самая главная и самая важная составляющая образовательного процесса в вузе.
I'm really glad to be here in such a friendly atmosphere, in, I would say, even festive atmosphere. And I would like to say that creating startup teams and by this developing some creative skills, some emotional intelligence, that's really a trend in modern education. And I am glad that we are developing such qualities and skills here.
И мы, конечно же, должны создавать все необходимые условия и использовать любой шанс для того, чтобы эти навыки предоставлять нашим студентам.
And I'm glad that we have a chance here to bring the opportunity to students to present their products, their developments, and to give a chance by this fashion to develop the skills that I have mentioned before.
Мы очень рады видеть наших друзей и соперников из Китая, Казахстана, Азербайджана, которые очень быстро откликнулись на нашу инициативу и нашли возможность участвовать в мероприятии.
And I'm really also happy to see here participants not only from Russia, but from China, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan, who were really fast to answer our call and to take part in our event.
Хорошего настроения, большого позитива, очень радостных эмоций, и пусть победит сильнейший. И я точно знаю, что проигравших сегодня не будет.
And I would like to wish, first of all, a really good presentation and a good mood to all the participants. And I would like to wish to every participant positive mood, positive emotions, and let the strongest participant win. But I'm sure that there will be no losers today. And now let us begin our event. But first of all, I would like to present you the members of the jury today. The chairman of the jury is Andrei Sidorov, vice president of the Western Siberia Commercial Bank and the regional director of the IT VTB department for the organizational management, and the board member of the Association of the Development of the Information Technologies in the Tyumen region. He's also a venture investor, and multiple times did he take part in the such competitions, both as head of the competition and as organizer. And I would like to also give you a word, give you a floor to say something.
Good day, dear friends. I'm glad to see you on this event. First of all, I hope all of the members get pleasure. And second, everybody will understand their skills in the target scopes. And of course, all of members will be winning today. Good luck and go.
Andrei, thank you very much for such warm words. And we are continuing to present the other jury members. That's Anatoly Borodinets, a professor from Latvia, Riga Technical University. Then that's Olesa Safronova, regional head of the project office of the regional development group, Citronics Group. Citronics is one of the leading IT integrators in the Russian Federation. Olesa is a very successful manager who took part in the development of national and federal projects of the information transformation of the Russian Federation. And also Nikolai Dektorov, that's the head of the department of the system monitoring of Citronics Group, who deals with the development and implementation of digital products. Then there is Mrs. Xin Shanshan, doctor on planning and management of transport in Beijing University of Civil Construction and Architecture. And there is Mr. San Go, professor at the School of Geoinformatics and City 3D Informatics of Beijing University of Construction and Architecture. And also I was entrusted to be the jury member. My name is Alexei Nelayev. I'm the program director of Boiling Point Tyumen. Thank you. And taking into account the timing of the event, the expert have chosen 10 participants with their projects out of those who sent the materials. And we decided to make the next sequence for them to present. First will be Victoria Velizhanina, Study Flow. Second will be Nikita Logachev, New Earth. Third will be Jim Su team from China. Fourth will be Bricks Lab from China. Next is Sergey Vedanin, My Smart Mirror. After that, Roman Tolstashev, the team from Azerbaijan with the project of Red and Black Tree. Then there will be Nigar Novurzada from Azerbaijan with the project Why You Need Art Gallery. The 8th will be a participant from Kazakhstan with the project Comfortable Future Now. Then there's going to be Regina Alimbayeva with the project Industrial Chick. Then there's going to be Roman Chalkov, and then it's going to be Nikita Savin as a reserve. Yes. Okay, good. And also Daria Leonova, of course. Okay, good. So does anybody from jury would like to say some words? No? Okay, okay, then we start. Okay, so the reglement, the timing is 10 minutes per one presentation, and then up to 5 minutes for juries to ask the questions and for participants to answer them. And then the jury members will rate each project in the Google spreadsheet document in their computers. So I would like to wish everybody a really good mood and for the cheerleaders team, let's say, to support the participants. And first of all, I would like to give the floor to Victoria Velezhanina and her project Study Flow.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, dear experts and participants. We are really glad to meet you today, and we would like to show you, to demonstrate you our system Study Flow. So, to start with, I'd like to tell you more about the situation in the educational sphere in Russia from 60s till now. So, in 1960 to 1990, there was the strictly standardized education in Russia. It was caused, it was made to create a student more professional in the specific sphere of manufacture. Then education is kind of transformed, and now students are able to choose subjects, but they are also strictly standardized. And according to the trends, as you can see, now is very important to be a creative and multifunctional specialist. And I guess you'll agree with it. There are three methods of creating individual educational technology. First is the personalized trajectory. The second one is individual trajectory. And the third one is the digital footprint. Unfortunately, all of these methods just can't solve the problem of the digitalization of education. Because it just can't fully define all the students' goals in education, and it has a subjective character. So what's the problem, you can ask me? And I'd like to say that according to the statistics, there are a lot of students which don't graduate after they are studying in the universities. And the rest of them just not working in by their trade. And this problem is quite crucial and serious because of its every year's increasing. We have analyzed our rivals in sphere of optimizing educational process and compared our idea with the other systems. And now imagine you have an intelligent system which can define all your interests and improve your existing skills. So our solution is Study Flow. The intelligent system that creates an individual educational trajectory, it makes a student a first-class specialist. We explored all the curriculums in Human Industrial University and defined all the competences, hard and soft skills, that students received during his undergraduate years. So for who we create the system? For universities, because it can increase their rating and importance among the institutes and schools, and for the students, because it can improve their knowledge and skills. This is how our system looks like. On the left side, you can see the main page, which shows the calendar with upcoming events and notes, some card courses which are studied by the student right now, and some statistics about the soft and hard skills of the student. On the right side, there is an individualized educational page. It shows some lectures, materials, additional resources, and literature that offer the system to the student. Also, it shows relevant and dominant hard and soft skills of the student. Also, we made some research of the educational technology market in Russia, and we came into conclusion that this field is quite free and we have a great opportunity to enter there. So on this slide, you can see our business model. We plan to profit by selling our software to the universities and schools. Also by offering a subscription to our system and supporting it. And the sales channels are target advertising, then online stores, and specialized exhibitions. Now I'd like to show you our strategy. Well, now we need $42,000 as an investment sum, because it will help us to buy necessary equipment such as server for the database, also to pay wage for the staff and for the for the team, and also it will help us to have good advertising. And according to our plan, I'm sorry. In 2021, we are planning to improve the functions of our system. Then we plan to go, then we plan to market entry. After that, we are planning to have constant sales. And finally, in 2026, we will have a full cost recovery and profit from our system. On this slide, you can see our team. We work together to make our project successful. And to end with, I'd like to say one phrase. Discover new spheres, make your education unique. Thank you very much. I'd like to answer any questions.
Thank you. And if any of jury have questions, we have 5 minutes for question and answer sessions. Please.
So can Anatoly start?
Okay.
Yeah, there is my video. Thank you for your presentation. So this is a really necessary thing and tool what we need now on the market. However, your introduction and all this was too long and not to focus it on your final tool. So, but I see something similar is with Microsoft Teams. They also offer all this class management together with video streaming, video lectures. and all other things. So did you make a comparison with Microsoft Teams?
Well, unfortunately, we've never heard about this system from Microsoft, but I guess we will make a comparison and see the differences and I guess advantages, and we will take them to our system.
Yeah, the good thing for you is that as I can understand, the Russian Federation is trying to get out of foreign software. So here I think it's a great opportunity for you to grow. If you can combine it with some Microsoft, like Excel tool, something like similar like that, there you can also open all the documents and to check it and to make some revision and comments for the students. So good luck to you. And yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
Okay, where do you plan to take courses materials for teaching?
Can you just...
Where do you plan to take course materials?
Well, we are planning to take some courses from the open services such as Cefic, Coursera, and others. And these courses are taken by Parsin. They are, how to say it? Could you please translate?
Yes, sure.
Интегрируются вместе с нашей системой.
So all these courses will be integrated together with your system?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question also. So you said that part of your costs would be devoted to the strengthening of your team. Can you specify what this strengthening mean in this context?
Well, our team will have some additional courses to improve our skills, such as development, front-end development, back-end development, and to well, ну, в общем, для того, чтобы мы проходили курсы по повышению квалификации.
So your products will not be tested on your colleagues, but rather you would take courses somewhere else, right?
No, we will test our system this summer after full development, and then we will take it to the. We will.
You will test it on whom?
On the students in the university.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I think I will stop here, but that's very interesting. How do you do that? That's really interesting.
I guess our teachers and PEs will help us to deal with it.
Good. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Добрый день, коллеги. Можно задать вопрос?
Конечно. Sure.
Спасибо за вашу презентацию. Очень актуальная тема сегодня. Скажите, а кому-то на федеральном уровне вы презентовали свой проект? Нашим министерством или каким-то организациям?
Пока что еще нет.
Ну, вы посмотрите, конечно же, это на наших регуляторов, Миннауки и Минпросвещения. И такие организации, как университет Иннополис, университет НТИ 2035. То есть эта тема очень актуальна. Я думаю, надо будет им этот проект показать. И еще, конечно, по поводу суммы проекта и первоначальных инвестиций, мне кажется, будет вам маловато.
Это пока предварительные расчеты. Мы со временем рассчитаем экономику, она будет более точной.
Ну да. Спасибо.
Спасибо за рекомендации.
So I would like to translate the question and the answer. The question was, did you plan to present it to the ministry or other regulators or maybe to Innopolis University? And the contestant answered that they did not present it to any regulators yet. And also there was a comment from a jury member that the investment that the team indicated was too small. Okay, any other questions, please? No? Okay, then thank you for your presentation.
Thank you very much.
And we have the next presenter. The next team is a team of Nikita Logachev. And please take the floor. Yes, and please also state your topic, the topic of your presentation. We are ready for you. I remind you that the timing is 10 minutes for you.
Hello, my name is Nikita Logachev. Прекрасно. Hello, my name is Nikita Logachev. I apologize in advance for my horrible English, but I had no time to learn it during the development of this project. Every man needs a house. Was it tiny, humble or very small or tall? It could be any but their own. Sure, it could be a flat in high multi-level building in center of the city, but the pandemic has shown up that it's still better to have their own house, but with a big yard to walk around calmly, with no fear of coronavirus or any other disease. At the same time, a yard is a territory which any private house needs, but unfortunately it is a down hard to find on one unit. We had decided that it would be great to create a platform for communications with a client, understands their needs and choose a yard especially for them. But despite a big variety of different dual systems, we have had failed to find one which suits our customers' needs. Specifically, which is able to suggest a yard from our customer cottage settlements. We have decided to create a system which answers user questions, reduce operator load, and eventually books clients on a show of the yards which are so necessary for our potential clients. The system should definitely be omnichannel and multi-platform, and has a rich knowledge base where answers for even the most difficult client questions start. More than, as we all understand, it could happen what our product may not only help potential clients, but one day having necessary funding and development. Become able to help settlement citizens and answer their questions. The funding is planned to be obtained through the Innovation Assistance Fund. As for now, this fund has a large number of programs for startups and team members. Our fund grants already. In terms of market analysis, 2020 showed up that the crisis in many sectors had not influenced construction and real estate sales. The number of deals has grown up on 20%. Private house construction has grown up on 140%. The demand has increased on 36%. So it means that despite the isolation, the market not only did not stagnate, but also began to grow. These values are great from the perspective of our project realization. So we can sell their product to client completely and for a large amount of money, and to have a monthly payment for the system support. But as the client is unpredictable and work amount is huge, we have create a plan B. So if the customer would not be satisfied with our beautiful project, for some reason we can sell it to several customers at the same time by a reduced price, unit systems, into one, and suggest the customers to choose a priority of yards, advertisements, and matching algorithm. It will help the customers to save money, not developing a system for them only, and thus increase our work amount it will let up to development. Even if the client would not agree with what option even we will create is a free platform, and we will be accumulating the clients until they want to be on the first lines of the output. It will force us to wait for the profit longer, but remember what the contextual advertisement market on the internet has grown up the same way as the real estate market, so we expect the profit here also. Our project financial plan in the context of perfect plan looks as follows. But let me show it to you in a different form to make the presentation more clear. So we assume that we receive the Innovation Assistance Fund grant for the development, develop the pilot, bring it to the customer, sell it for a certain price and have a profit on the system support basis, and by adapting it for our customers or by developing the virtual assistant idea for the current customers. First, suppose we submit the fund project report successfully, we will have net income of about 1 million within this year, only taking into account various time delays and force majeures. I believe what comment I have managed together is one of the most professional in its field. First is though we are all grants of Innovation Assessment Fund tenders. Secondly, our team total experience in the IT field is 25 years almost. The project we have made have been highly appreciated by many heads of regions and federal authorities. And they have been teaching at forum of the Сколково Fund number Остров 1022. So, what's what we've decided to do in terms of technology? We have decided to create a chatbot which code based on neural networks output, answers on potential clients' questions in different communication channels, in both orally and writing form, and eventually output it into telephone voice channel via SIP. Why do we think what it's awesome from a scientific perspective? Because there are not educated descriptions of data preparation for such tasks nowadays. There is no description of the artificial neural network should work regarding all tasks of answering client questions from the development field specifically. We think our project may be described and published in scientific articles of highest level. And at the moment, our chatbot has more than 200 of settlement types. It works on two platforms in voice also. It has been asked more than 4,000 questions and 400 questions, and all this is just a week of development. So why do I telling you this? Let me show. Небольшая часть на русском, потому что чат-бот в основном сделан на русском языке.
The chatbot is made in the Russian language, so here comes the part in the Russian language.
Привет.
Приветствую вас.
Кто такая? Подскажи, пожалуйста. Кто ты такая?
Я виртуальный помощник выбора участков в самом лучшем коттеджном поселке Тюмени «Зеленые холмы».
Ерунда какая-то. Слушай, у вас же там стопудово летают самолеты, очень неудобно.
Нет, взлетно-посадочная полоса находится на достаточном удалении от коттеджного поселка Зеленые холмы.
Ну, все равно, как бы у вас нет торговых центров. Что там делать-то у вас?
В нашем коттеджном поселке есть отдельный торговый центр, где вы можете закупиться всем необходимым в продуктовом супермаркете и различных магазинах хозтоваров.
Слушай, все фигня, хочу себе квартиру.
Ученые давно доказали, что жизнь на природе намного комфортнее для человека как с точки зрения эмоционального, так и физического здоровья. Плюсом ощущения владения собственным участком земли.
Пусть помолчит. A bit more about the schedule. At the moment, we have finished 3 short-term stages out of 8 only, and we stages were mostly about the concept development rather than system release. In a few weeks of active development, we have managed to create a concept of system, a prototype, if you like, which has been made with an open data, and importantly, we were able to get the customer interest. As for now, we are waiting for the feedback on the content of the system and on the necessary platforms for the customer. I'm sure we will success because taking into account a loyal customer and our professionalism and enthusiasm. It is just impossible not to achieve it, even not with this project, but with another one science, our approach is universal. I believe that with our active participation, we will ecosystems of settlements and maybe even entire cities will be created soon. Thank you for your attention. I am ready to answer any question you have.
Thank you. Please, dear jury members, if you have any questions, we have 5 minutes for a question and answer session.
Алексей, прошу переводить. У меня все очень-очень плохо. Я думаю, вы убедились в этом.
Let's see.
So maybe Anatolis Bornes can start as yeah. Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
I don't know, maybe you can say in 3 words in Russian, what is it? Is it only the chatbot which provides the advertising and it's it?
Это только чат-бот, который предоставляет рекламу, и все?
На текущий момент как бы это такой условный прототип, то есть мы демонстрируем заказчику то, что технология условно работает, но в дальнейшем планируется, что это действительно будет чат-бот, который будет регистрировать клиентов уже для просмотра участков, и планируется, что этот чат-бот станет полноценным участником экосистемы уже жителей поселка.
So that's only the first work in progress, just to show possible investors that the technology works, and probably it will be a part of the ecosystem.
Ну и, разумеется, мы планируем выйти впоследствии в телефонии, не только чат-бот.
So my concern is that it's like a more advertising, so people maybe could not trust in such advertisement as fully as like a full, how to say it, independent opinion, let's say. And of course, if it's a chat within this, how to say, village, it's also maybe how we can compete with the real conversation in WhatsApp or Viber or other channels. I think it would be more useful maybe if this, how to say, the bot or chatbot can find the property what you are defining. So what I'm looking for, I don't know, single family house, or I'm looking for some plot of land somewhere in any specific region, and it's confined for you. Otherwise, you already should do some research already. So like research where you're going to buy the plot of land, and then you can just ask the sellers some information. And of course, the sellers or this owner will provide only this, how to say, positive information. So I see it's more like an advertisement approach, which maybe can be less useful for the practical properties search. Okay, thank you.
Ну, был комментарий по поводу того, что есть, как я понимаю, сервисы в WhatsApp, ну, в общем, существующих уже платформах, также по поводу того, что, возможно, стоит учитывать пожелания потенциальных клиентов для того, чтобы найти тот или иной участок земли, и стоит тоже об этом сделать исследование.
Безусловно, но как бы так как я в этой отрасли работаю уже достаточно долго, я примерно понимаю, что исходя из регионов разные мессенджеры работают по-разному, есть разные предпочтения. То есть, например, для Тюмени характерный мессенджер — это Viber. В последнее время стартует Telegram. Для Москвы это характерный WhatsApp. Так как мы работаем в рамках Тюмени, мы понимаем, что нам в первую очередь необходимо идти в Viber и в Telegram. Платформа, на которой мы это сделали, может идти в это. Единственное, чего не хватает той платформе, которую мы выбрали, это умности. Но умность мы собираемся внести за счет своих собственных сервисов, которые основаны на сети BERT, если архитектуре BERT, если это как бы важно в данном контексте.
Okay, so the translation was that we are looking into the other messages too, but as we are tackling the region of Tumen, where Viber and Telegram are more popular than WhatsApp, then we choose this platform, but we are ready to expand on other platforms too. Okay, any other questions from jury members? Yeah? No, that's it. Then Nikita, thank you very much for your presentation. And the next team is the team from our guests from China. That's Jim Suo team. Please, you have 10 minutes for presentation, and then we'll have questions and answers session as usual. Please, the floor is yours. Jim So team, are you here? Maxim. Okay, they're here. We are waiting for some technical details to be cleared.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Juries, good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation of this team for the battle. Our title is Strolling Along the Shining Way, a kind of high brightness and long afterglow energy storage, self-luminous pavement material. Heal the world, make it a better place. It's not only a lyric anymore, but a direction where we will head forward. With the dramatic improvement of human technology, environment pollution has become an increasingly serious problem. Most of the pollution was discharged from the utilization of electrical energy. Until 2019, 27 trillion kilowatt hours have been consumed. Carbon emission has been an essential problem that posed a great threat to the ecological balance for the living humans. 99% of us are living under pollution. Environment protection has become the theme of the world. Facing the challenge, China is committed to making its own contribution into the world's emission peak, carbon neutrality. Together we must find a weapon for the protection of our environment. For the purpose of both, China and Russia has formulated corresponding policies and regulations and adopted measures to restrict the use of highly polluting products. Inspired by policies, the development and use of environmental friendly products has become the main theme of today's commercial products. As a student in major of road engineering from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, who wants to dedicate a contribution to the challenge of the situation for a revolutionary solution in a professional field, what can we do? Through the observation of market, we found, inspired by policies, the number of parks in the city has increased dramatically, but due to the efficiency and negotiations and communication, illumination systems as supporting facility are out of duty in nearly 40% among the parks. I believe that sometimes in the future, illumination shortage problem will be certainly solved. But with the pursuit of aesthetics of people growing, is it enough? We want more green, and more future. A kind of high brightness and long afterglow energy storage, self-luminous pavement material is what we bring. This self-shining rolled material is mainly composed of luminous stone and polyurethane. After 5 hours light absorption from any visible light sources, the luminous material continues to lighting for more than 12 hours in dark environment, and its brightness satisfies the basic lighting required at night. Besides, the utilization of self-luminous pavement enhances the aesthetics of the park, making it incredibly dreamlike. In construction stage, cold mix and cold paving construction is adopted, which efficiently avoids environmental pollution in construction process. Design of the product is based on color space and nanoscale modification technology. According to the formula models above, the most sensitive color to human eyes is blue, green, and red respectively. Furthermore, according to visual sensory characteristics, the curve of visual acuity function of bright region and dark region is obtained, which indicates that the visual acuity curve will shift to the left under weak light conditions, and combined with electromagnetic spectrum distribution, the wavelengths of visible light corresponding to the peak point of the blue curve is the light combination of blue and green. Similar to the genetic engineering, the microstructure of luminescent material is changed by nanoscale modification technology. The gap is enlarged. The contact area between material and light is increased, and its luminescence effect is enhanced. The mechanical properties were analyzed, and a mechanical analysis model for slow-moving roads were established to ensure that the materials can meet the corresponding requirements. In the first generation of our products, we adopted the design of full polyurethane and full luminous stone in order to reduce the cost and keep the performance unchanged. The second generation was designed. Luminous stone was only retrained on the surface layer, and the rest was replaced with ordinary aggregate. In order to reduce the difficulty of construction, the third generation product was designed as a prefabricated brick, which makes on-site mixing construction link-free that ensures the product easy and green in the installation process. What kind of design can be more expecting than this? Only 27 yuan, the future is under your feet. A total of 3 patents have been applied for this product, 2 of which have been granted and the other is pending. The product has won many awards. Due to the outstanding effect and use, it has attracted many investors to invest. The picture shows the real photos of Mujiakou village and Liangxiang University town. Because of extremely amazing performance, it has been emphatically reported by Beijing Daily. So why do you just watch it? Well, you can totally have it. The current members of this team are strong, divided into 3 parts: market, technology, and finance. Our team has won many awards. In 2017, we were awarded the title of China University Students Xiaoping Science and Technology Innovation Team by the Vice President of China. This award was established by Deng Xiaoping and is the highest honor of China youth science and technology innovation. Few teams can get this reward. We have won 16 national awards and 22 provincial and ministerial awards during the school period. So the cooperation and understanding between each other is our biggest advantage. On this basis, develop the company's operation and management. Landscape lighting has a large market in China. As of 2019, the scale has exceeded 100 billion, and the growth rate is increasing year by year. Our company has adopted a diversified marketing strategy as shown above in 4 steps. Our company has formulated different promotion strategies according to the needs of different objects. For customers, media reports are the best publicity for products. We are the first company to launch the luminous pavement series products, and we have absolute initiative in the market in terms of quality control. The high quality of the products and the credibility of state-run media will win opportunities for cooperation with many institutions and companies for products. We will select high-quality customers to establish corporate relationships, just like the corporation in Mujiakou and Liangxiang University Town. For users, the effect of the product will attract more citizens to experience it, and it will be an invaluable place for the internet's celebrated trend and gradually become an indispensable part of later life. This is the financial status. Self-raised venture capital of 1 million yuan in the initial stage. The company is absolutely controlled by team leader for 60% of the shares. The unit price of the product is very attractive, only 27 yuan per brick. Any path in a park will require tons of luminous bricks. The scale of any urban landscape road is much larger. So the price of 27 yuan will easily break any barrier in the way of capital flow. The following is a risk assessment. The risk items are listed in the table respectively. The most important thing is that we have absolute control over the quality of products in the market. People's desire to pursue a better and a more comfortable life is overwhelming. Coupled with the vigorous promotion of policies, the biggest risk item may be that citizens forgot to go home and sleep when they're enjoying themselves. Our solution is to find a feasible direction by observing the pain points of the market, and then to analyze and to carry out. Commercial promotion and mass production composes the next stage. Finally, the policy and financial support, actual paving will be carried out. The team will continue to follow the concept of environmental protection in terms of product innovation and service innovation to ensure service quality and improve service levels. Like adhering the philosophy of sustainable development, innovating and ensuring service quality. Thank you for watching. Strolling along the shining way. Спасибо за просмотр.
Jim, so thank you very much for a great presentation. And I would like to ask the jury members if they have any questions.
Yes.
So let's Anatoly start the questions. Yeah, can I?
Yes, surely, Anatoly, please.
So the first question is, do you think it could be useful only for example, some decorating or some local decoration of, or it could be used for this regular pavement in a city?
Excuse me?
I mean, do you think it's like a decoration for the design of some yards or some buildings around the buildings, or it's like a fully, how to say, lighted these pavements, pedestrian?
I think it's the material they use for decoration, but most of all, it's a product of environmental protection. It can save electrical energy uses because our environment is polluted seriously. So it is eagerly to find a solution to change the products that used in our life with electrical energy.
Yeah, so why my concern? My concern is that such kind of light can cause us a headache. So I know some persons that such a kind of light can cause us a headache. First is my concern. The second one is this LED lighting and the solar energy, and we can accumulate the solar energy now at a very cheap way right now. And also we can control LED lighting. Let's say we can make it lighter, we can change the colors and so on. So I think maybe you should consider more how it can be competitive with the LED light that you can control and how it affects this human health. Okay, this such light. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, dear jury members, have any other questions? Then I would like to ask one question. Jim Su, so you said that the environmental problem is widespread, and I think we all agree that that's not only China or any other country, but Russia also, and the other countries. Remind me, did you like implement or offered your invention to the other countries internationally, or it has been realized only in China?
It has been realized in many places in China, and there are programs where cooperating with other countries. Because of the construction preparation, there are some problems to solve. I think it'll be solved very soon to make it come true. Thank you.
Not yet now, but soon is planned to be, right?
Well, soon, but it's under solving. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Do you have any other questions, dear jury members? No? Okay, then thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we have another team of our guests from China, which is a team of Beijing University of Civil Construction and Architecture. That's BRGIS lab. Please, the floor is yours. You have 10 minutes.
Please open your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please, we hear you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, professors. We are the BRG's lab from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture. And today I'm happy to be here to introduce our project, the Chinese Traditional Landscape Extraction and Scenery Assessment. I will give today's presentation from the following aspects. Firstly, allow me to introduce my team. My team is BUCEA Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Science Laboratory. We mainly concern with street view-based imagery processing, information extraction, modeling, analyzing, and web-based geographic information service. The members, including me, Seming Yin, Xian Cao, and Tianming Zhao. Our supervisor is Professor Jie Jiang and Dr. Xian Guo. In this project, I am in charge of software development and code implement, as well as the market analyzing and investigation. Xian Cao and Tianming Zhao are mainly responsible for the data acquiring, annotation, landscape assessment, and modeling. In this part, I will describe the background of this project. The core area is where Beijing functions as the national political, cultural, and international exchange center are mostly located, as well as a key area for preservation of historical sites. These images are typical street views in Beijing core area. We can find they are the fusion of the modern street and the ancient alleyways. This will make it difficult for the existing method. However, the advance of the urbanization has caused a huge impact on the historical landscape of Beijing core area, and current policies often impose mandatory requirements for conservation development in the core area. Thus, we have urgent need for monitoring of the city's historic landscape. The traditional data source, such as fieldwork and remote sensing, on the other hand, have difficulties in obtaining detailed site and facade information of traditional streets and alleyways, while street view images are lacking for research on landscape with Chinese historical characteristics. The key issue in this project is how to finally and automatically extract the features embedded in the landscape of Beijing core area, so as to support the quantitative evaluation of historical landscape while facing the following difficulties and challenges. To verify our idea and make a minimal viable product, we have selected representative Dianmenwai Street and Maor Hutong as a study area in Beijing core area, respectively. Then we'll give the market analyzing. As for the background, currently, there is a lack of a large-scale automatic evaluation method for historical features. Our project meets the requirements for planning and management department and the tourism sectors. And the prime costs of this project are from data, annotation, and the operating cost. Next, I will introduce our project in details. In this project, we established a scheme to apply modern deep learning model on labeled historical core street view dataset to extract various landscape features automatically and accurately across different scenarios. Based on the above result, we model a normalized historic landscape index to implement the quantitative landscape evaluation for Beijing core area. This project introduced Deep Lab V3 Plus to process complex data in the study area and utilize a transfer learning approach to address the problem of the data limitation and generate reliable feature extraction results for the street view images. Based on the feature extraction result, this project also proposed a core area historical scenery index for quantitative evaluation of historical scenery. All projects achieve intelligent feature extraction and quantitative analysis for the landscape in Beijing core area. Compared to the existing method, this can cover large area and reduce labor or time cost. What's more, this could be easily transformed to various applications due to the modular design. Let me introduce our business model. Firstly, depending on the needs of our customers, we find and purchase the appropriate data. Then we pose a corresponding labeling test on our core sourcing service platform. Finally, we design and train our model until the result is satisfactory to the customer. In this chapter, I will introduce our current solution, in other words, our minimal viable product. The data used in our project is from Baidu Street View images. The original data is cleaned using the mean hashing method to detect and remove the duplicate images. To solve the dilemma of the lack of the dataset, we have built an online semantic editor, which allows us to pose the labeling text into the co-sourcing manner. Through the above platform, this project also constructs the first traditional landscape dataset for Beijing core area. Our most core result is the use of a modified deep learning network to achieve accurate extraction. The figure above shows the extraction results for the street scenario, accurately identifying 11 types of the feature. In modern residential scenario, buildings and roads can be identified accurately and consistently and sceneries around the road can also be generally distinguished. The traditional residential area are the most characteristic scenario of Beijing's traditional and historical landscape, and our solution can overcome the complex change in the light and shadow of the science features and accomplish accurate feature extraction. From the quantitative evaluation results, the global accuracy of the extraction result is as high as 88%, which can support the subsequent quantitative evaluation of the historical landscape. Finally, we generate the quantitative assessment results of the historic scenery in Beijing core area through the proposed evaluation model. The results show that the scenery index is greater in the residential area than in the street, and the highest scenery index is found in Hutong with a greater proportion of vegetation. Finally, we'll give our conclusion and outlook. Our project provides an alternative to derive information on traditional landscape in a timely, detailed, and cost-effective way to accommodate various planning and management activities, such as historic district protections, as well as the attraction assessment for tourism. The introduced solution has been organized as an integral service, including data collection, annotation, feature extraction, and scenery evaluation, and thus could be easily transformed to various applications with minimal modifications. What's more, it can be used to extract the features in the Russia traditional landscape and evaluate with minimal modifications. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting. Now we have again the session of answering questions. Dear jury members, if you have any questions, please ask them, the competitor.
So Anatoly is here.
Yes.
Okay, so far it looks like a very good research presentation, like a research article, but can you define more in details who are main users of this, I don't know, software? So the first question, what it is, what they are going to introduce, platform, software, and who will be the users? And the third one, how easy it will be to learn to work with the system?
Well, thank you for your question. For the customer tool or product, I will say the customers could be the planning and the management department to support the government to the heritage protections and the environmental and protect the environmental. And for the customer sectors, which can provide a basis for evaluation of the tourist attractions. Thank you.
And what is the tool that you are going to introduce? Is it like a software? What you're going to invent on the market?
The whole service, a service to evaluate the landscape and for various.
So you are going to offer this static everything from 3D scanning from these pictures and the visual definition of this with this situation and offer the different solutions. So this is your how to say invention, your product.
Our product is a service. We can have the requirements from the customers, and we will give the result to them.
Okay, thank you.
So I also have a question. That's really interesting how you did that and how you showed that in example of Beijing streets. But please elaborate more on how this would be adaptable to other countries, for example. You said something about Russia, and so how would you adapt it to the cultures of certain cities? Because in every country, I think in every city, there are distinctive monuments, distinctive sightseeings, and in some countries, something can be considered as culturally valuable. In other countries, that's not so. How do you deal with these different cases in different countries?
Okay, thank you. This is a great question. Due to the model design, we can apply this solution to the various location or various applications. For the different locations, we can easily to label the data, the image with our platform. This will introduce the online semantic editor. It is online. It is online editor platform, and we can send the labeling text post into the crowdsourcing manner, and for the other scenario, like in Russia or in some other traditional street, we can get the real images, real data from the other scenery, and we can train our model. We can then train our model to learn the characteristic of the data and to give the subsequent evaluation. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes. So one more quick question. So it means that that's not autonomous and self-governed application. That's more like we send data to this platform, and you and your team work with them, right? Like humans work with that.
We just to collect the data and I will show you the business model of our project.
Okay.
Okay. We will get the requirements. We will get the requirements from our customer, and we will search the appropriate data source, and we will have the purchase for the data, and we will send the annotation, like annotation text to the crowdsourcing labeling, and we get the labeled data, and then we will use this data to train our model to satisfy the customer's requirements.
Okay, good. Okay, now that's clear. Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, thank you very much for a really interesting presentation. And then we continue with the offline, I think, yes, participants. And we invite to take the floor team of Sergey Vedanin, please. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sergey. Let me tell you about our development and affordable smart mirror. First, let's look at what a smart mirror. A smart mirror is a mirror with a built-in display that shows various information, but it should also work as a normal mirror. I think many people know what it is, but no one has ever seen this device on sale. Why? It's simple. They're expensive, they have low popularity, they have little functionality, and these are not empty words. Now look at this. Here are three most famous manufacturers of smart mirrors in our country. And each company has chosen the cheapest mirror, the cheapest. What popularity can we talk about? My smartphone is bigger than display in the first mirror. The idea of our project is a mirror for everyone, inexpensive and with very rich functionality. The basic of the mirror is a large photo frame on the glass of which an architectural mirror film is pasted. Here we made a little mistake with the choice of the mirror film. We need a film with a lower light transmittance, but for an example, this will do. The basic of the mirror is, next come the choice of the microcomputer. We choose the Raspberry Pi Zero W, which is cute enough for our device.
Good afternoon, my name is Diana. I'm designer. The cost price of our product is shown on the slide. This taking into account the wires, power supplies, housing, and other things. We have created a website where you can already log in and launch the interface.
Hello, everyone. My name is Valery, and I will say a few words about database and available services. So to store user settings and service information, we use MySQL database that hosted on the hosting service. And next slide. And now the most important thing, models, many models like Bitcoin exchange rate, quotes, match results, and the mirrors that you can buy now show the weather, time, notes, and a couple other things. We offer you to choose what you need. 14 models are ready, and there are 7 more in development.
Thanks. How will we produce our mirrors? The basis and electronic component will be outsourced. We will collect, register the mirror in the system, and configure the interface. Let's sum it up. The prototype is ready. Domain patch set, listed hosting, 14 models are ready. A database has been created. The market is analyzed. Now we had to show the prototype, but there were problems with it yesterday. Our prototype died. All that's left is a video taken during the test. Видео, please, можно? Это все, что осталось от прототипа. Мы его вчера разбили.
That's all that's left from the prototype because we crashed it yesterday.
The field is too transparent. The edges of the matrix are clearly visible. What's next? We need to finish this prototype. Next, we will create a larger prototype, adding models, make windows with the mirror settings on the site, and we'll start looking for buyers. Let me end our presentation with a quote from Ray Bradbury's wonderful book, Fahrenheit 451. Let's turn on our interface on the projector and answer the question. Можно, пожалуйста, сайт? Full screen, please. Представим, что этого весь экран. Спасибо.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Dear jury members, if you have any questions, that's time to ask them.
Только с переводом, пожалуйста.
Я могу сразу по-русски тогда задать.
Okay.
Первый комментарий, ну, я немножко попробую так, почетче. Получается, пока это как бы показано на фоторамку, электронную фоторамку, очень близко к этой технологии. И получается, что там дублируется информация, то, что уже у нас сейчас есть в часах, в телефоне, на компьютере, в общем, в автобусах уже по дороге домой и так далее, или на работу. И, соответственно, возле зеркала, например, мужчина, ну, не знаю, у кого как по-разному проводит время, но очень мало, буквально 2-3 минуты. Ну, женщины, девушки там, может, подольше. Опять-таки вопрос, пока ты там все настроишь и сделаешь, как вы видите конкуренцию вот с существующими гаджетами, какую более актуальную или полезную информацию это зеркало может предоставить. И второй комментарий, как-то очень цену у вас дешевые вы предусматриваете. Обычное, простое, хорошее зеркало, ну, в евро оно где-то будет стоить в районе 100 евро как минимум, да, причем небольшое, ну, высоту может 1,60 м, в ширину меньше метра, и то не самое дорогое, не самое качественное, то есть хорошее зеркало, мне кажется, дороже, чем вся ваша фоторамка стоит. Вот так вот мой комментарий.
Можно я буду говорить, вы перейдете, пожалуйста? Ответите, а я все в целом перейду. Хорошо. Во-первых, хотел сказать то, что вся суть вообще проекта – это предоставить как раз возможность, в принципе, приобрести эти устройства, потому что, как вы видели на слайде, они стоят огромных денег, и поэтому они не популярны, их никто не будет покупать, тем более, как вы правильно заметили, мы пользуемся ими буквально несколько минут в день. И тратить 100 тысяч рублей на то, что мы видим пару минут в день, как бы это нелогично. Но если это устройство будет стоить, допустим, те же самые 10 тысяч рублей, то это вполне неплохая покупка, чтобы можно было смотреть ту же самую информацию, которую вы смотрите в телефоне утром, ну, допустим, в то время, пока вы умываетесь, краситесь, бреетесь. Вся та суть именно в доступности.
Quickly translate the question and the answer. The comments from the jury member were that what information will be shown in the screen during the people watching himself or herself in the screen, and is it just an electronic frame, and that it's probably too cheap, and that the good mirror is probably worth more than just your frame, which is just $100. And the participant answered that probably if the mirror would be cheaper, yes, then more people would be buying that.
Я ответил на половину вопроса. Сейчас на вторую половину вопроса по поводу того, стоит ли, ну, что вообще можно туда добавить. Сейчас то, что мы показывали, этот список из 20 модулей, это просто первое, что пришло в голову. И то, что вот эти 20 модулей уже практически сделаны, 14 из них, это уже больше, чем процентов, наверное, 80 заводских зеркал, которые мы сейчас можем купить. И раз мы разрабатываем это, грубо говоря, для людей, не с целью нажиться, можно добавить туда все, что угодно. Это интеграции и с умным домом, и с различными сервисами. и по сути все ограничивается только предоставлением нам API. Мы используем только бесплатное API в данный момент, потому что мы сейчас это никак не монетизируем. Если же этот проект будет развиваться, мы можем брать и платное API у различных компаний и выводить туда абсолютно любую информацию.
So the thing is, the answer was that those 20 modules that were shown that are only the first ones that came to the mind, and you can put there everything you can. We use free API at the moment, but as soon as we can use API for money, we'll be able to expand our services and the functionality of the mirror.
Ну, в мире, на самом деле, много форм-факторов зеркал. То есть это трюмо, это триплекс какой-нибудь, это зеркало вот во весь рост, маленькое зеркальце. И вот вопрос, вы же не с устройствами конкурируете в данном случае, вы конкурируете с мебелью, с зеркалами. И вот как вы на это смотрите с точки зрения вот ваших возможностей конкурентных?
На одном из слайдов было написано то, что это у нас конструктор зеркал и интерфейсов. Интерфейс мы собираем, естественно, из модулей, а зеркало мы выбираем из выбранных, ну, из предложенных, точнее, размеров и типов рамки. К тому же каждое из зеркал можно установить в любой ориентации. Скорее всего, это не предполагает то, что вы выбираете сами. Вот, допустим, я хочу там 1 на 2 метра. Нет, вы выбираете из списка, но так как это, по сути, всего лишь обычное стекло, пленка за 200 рублей и деревянная рамка за те же 200 рублей, как бы нас ничего не ограничит сделать богатый ассортимент.
So the question was, what are your competitors? And the answer was that we compete both with the mirrors market and the interfaces market, but our pro is that we are not bound by a lot of things because they just mirror in the frame for it, and we can put any information in there.
Какую модель распространения вы предполагаете на рынке? То есть кто ваш клиент, как будете распространять?
Ну, мы пойдем оптимально, наверное, на текущий момент путем. Это у нас веб-сайт и реклама в соцсетях. То есть розничную продажу мы не планируем.
Кто клиент ваш? Для кого сайт?
Клиенты, молодежь, но не могу не отметить то, что я уже один раз презентовал этот проект, и один из членов жюри, не помню, к сожалению, кто это был, женщина лет 50, сказала, что у нее дома есть умное зеркало, но у нее она выводит простейшую информацию плюс что-то из умного дома. И она была бы рада видеть у себя гороскоп и рандомные цитаты великих людей с утра. Это вот комментарий от нее.
The question was, who's your client? And the answer was that the client, young people, but also older people also can be clients. And the means to spread information about the project is through the website. Okay, any other questions, please?
Скажите, пожалуйста, можно вопрос? Печально, что ваш экспонат разбился, а думали ли вы на будущее о противоударных каких-то технологиях, о использовании их в вашем проекте?
Ну, буквально вчера мы об этом и подумали. То, что обычная фоторамка из строительного магазина довольно некрепкая и в плане самой рамки, и в плане стекла. Зеркало пострадало, когда мы переклеивали один вид плетки на другой. Поэтому, да, вчера мы об этом задумались.
Спасибо.
The question was, did you think about shock-proof technologies for your mirror in order for it not to crash? And the answer was that yesterday we didn't think about it, but from now on we will start thinking about it.
Yes, I have one more question, please. Can you hear me? Okay. First, I found out your magic mirror. I like this idea very much, and I have two questions. One is, can we interact with your mirror, such as can we have some gestures and the mirror will give me some feedback, or can I talk with the mirror and the mirror will display the information I need on the screen? This is the first question.
Мне очень понравилась ваша технология. У меня есть два вопроса. Первый вопрос: можем ли мы каким-то образом сделать интеракцию с зеркалом? Например, если я буду показывать какие-то жесты, зеркало будет отвечать. И могу ли я, например, с ним говорить, а мне будет что-то в ответ отвечать? Думали ли вы по этому поводу?
Мы по этому поводу думали, но решили в первую очередь это в принципе не рассматривать, потому что мы делаем зеркало максимально доступным. Соответственно, мы используем один из самых дешевых микрокомпьютеров, где 256 мегабайт оперативной памяти. Встроить туда голосового ассистента будет чуть-чуть проблематично, он даже сайт плохо поддерживает и подвисает. Поэтому это не в первую очередь, но спасибо за идею.
Thank you for your question. The thing is that we thought about it, but we decided to make this mirror as affordable as possible. That's why we have chosen cheap parts, including only 256 megabyte of memory, and it didn't allow us to put in some voice assistant there, but that's a good idea.
Thank you. And my another question, I would like to say it is a suggestion that if you can add the function of beauty suggestion, the suggestion for the girl to how to make them more pretty. I think if we have this this function, this mirror will have very huge market in Asian markets. Thank you.
И второй вопрос по поводу того, что возможно ли сделать так, чтобы зеркало, это предположение скорее, того, чтобы зеркало давало какие-то советы по красоте, по образам, для того, чтобы подборы там, макияжа или, допустим, одежды какой-то. Спрашиваю это потому, что в Азии огромный рынок и огромная востребованность именно вот таких сервисов.
Поделю ответ на две части. Во-первых, такое устройство есть, и оно хорошо работает, но стоит огромных денег, и соревноваться с ним как бы нам бесполезно, у нас немножко другой уровень. А во-вторых, несмотря на первую часть, все-таки у нас вроде бы компьютер, у нас вроде бы сервер, можно куда угодно разместить ту же самую нейронную сеть, которая определяет, грубо говоря, сочетание макияжа, и буквально для этого же самой платы для микрокомпьютера камера стоит 1500 рублей, что не сильно скажется на стоимости. В будущем все может быть.
May I ask? Question, sorry.
The answer was that we have thought about it, but in the market there is such one device, let's say, which costs a lot, and we wouldn't be able to compete with that. But theoretically speaking, we can put any, we have an access to the internet of our mirror has an access to the internet, and we could put any neural network, and including the matching of makeup and other beauty advices. And theoretically, it's possible, and we can even put there a cam, which would cost really only of $20, which is also possible. But for now, we didn't do that. But thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you for your answer. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
May I have another question?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
I have only one question. Have you sold your mirror out?
Sorry?
How many mirrors have you sold?
How you sold?
How many mirrors?
Окей. Как много зеркал продали?
Продали целых 0, потому что это разработка.
We sold 0 for now because that's only development.
I want these magic mirrors. I wait for your mirrors.
Sorry?
I like this mirror very much. I wait for your mirrors.
Наш член жюри из Китая очень понравилось это зеркало, и было бы желание приобрести его.
Спасибо огромное за доверие.
Thank you very much.
Одним из последних слайдов там был такой пунктик, то, что мы ищем покупателей.
And one of the last slides, we were at the point that saying that we actually are looking for buyers, looking for clients. So that's exactly what we are looking for. And thank you for your comment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. No questions. Thank you for your presentation. And now we have again online participant from Azerbaijan, Roman Tolstashev. Please, the floor is yours, and 10 minutes of presentation is yours also.
Okay, please wait for Azer because he.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you.
Great. Now I'm starting screen sharing our presentation.
Okay.
So, can you see presentation clearly?
We see that.
Okay, great. Well, we can start. Hello, my name is Azer Sarasade. Today, me and my colleague Roman Tolstashev gonna talk about the usage of Brizos to automate the software installation and configuration process. Let's get started. It's not a secret that software plays a significant role in many industries, such as education or medicine. However, the abundance and difference in computer programs force us to resort to various methods of automated installation and configuration. There are ways to automatically install a set of programs and then configure them, but they have several disadvantages. Technologies such as Urban Code, FAI, Docker are mainly used in segment of server computers. However, some of them can also be applied for the class of personal computers, but nevertheless, they can be challenging to use. And additionally, the usage of such technologies can affect the performance of personal computers whose hardware resources can be limited. And as a result, we can see that in an industry where personal computers are used, there is an issue in the optimization of time and money to spend for returning a computer to work floor, or in case of failure, preparing a new one for work. To solve the problem regarding automation of software installation and configuration, we decided to design an algorithm that can perform these tasks. The idea of this algorithm is to predetermine a list of required programs for a particular type of activity, as well as all necessary settings and configuration of these programs by deploying a specific package that contains all the necessary data. The meaning is that all these programs and settings will be installed in the operating system natively with minimal containerization and emulation application, but they will have the ability to full uninstalling or modification.
We decided to split the main task into several subtasks. First of all, it's create package or container that will contain all necessary programs and their settings. And then write an installer that can perform all operations to install the software and configure it. Also, there was some requirements such as packages can be created by ordinary users and published so that other people can also have a chance to download and install ready packages. That's why we want to introduce you BStore. It's a program designed to automate the installation and configuration process. BStore works with files with extension .bi, and this file, we will talk about these files later. It contains all necessary data. BStore patented in Azerbaijani Republic. It means that we have outer rules on this software. Let's talk about B file. We call them bipotate because it consists of two halves. In the first part, there is a set of programs that will be installed. And on the other side, there is a set of configurations and additional files that will be used. Also, there is a manifest file that BStore will read and perform all necessary steps. Azer, please.
Thank you, Roman. The B file allows us to automate the installation and configuration of two or more programs, but it's necessary to understand why we consider it rational to install software through this type of file. And this is our next task to standardize software suites. Standardization refers to the identification of necessary program sets and their proposal as recommended or indispensable to use. For determining the composition of such program sets will help in creating B packages, after installation of which the computer will be ready to solve and perform certain tasks specified in a B file. A B file that installs and configures a software having a common class, subject matter, and purpose we will call suite cases. So, the distribution of program and parameters for such suites can be reduced to the distribution by profession and specialty. For instance, office programs, non-professional image editors, video and code editors can be used by a teacher in high school on a classroom computer, while a graphic designer may use more professional image editors, and architects can also use CAD systems. Moreover, the configuration of the same software may differ to the different needs of different specialties. The division of such programs with the necessary configuration or without it into such sets that will include the most frequently used programs in a major or profession will be called the what did you do method or VDIT method. The VDIT method also includes methods for determining the composition of such use cases and is based on the Bayes algorithm or Bayes-4 method. And let's talk about the implementation of Bayes algorithm in the VDIT method. The source of Nectar is programs, configurations, or additional files that have not been included yet in any suite cases, but might be more relevant or more suitable for a particular profession, and that should be added to the suite case or replaced by existing programs. Unoccupied foragers are users who think that they have found a source of Nectar and want to use it in the suite case. Meanwhile, busy foragers are users who already use ready-made suite cases. And next, the unoccupied foragers begin to recruit the other bees to fly to the nectar, yes. And similarly, the same action will occur among users. Users who think that they have found a more suitable program, configuration, or additional file and want to use it in the suite case should create a survey or vote, according to the result of which that change will be included in the suite case or not. After a series of such surveys and votes, the content on the suite case will satisfy the majority of users since all their requirements will be taken into consideration. The suite cases will have no restriction on distribution or availability. They're expected to be distributed under the GPL version 3. We can say that at the current stage, the process of universal automation through BStore is platform dependent, since the Windows operating system, various Linux distributions, and even the Android mobile operating system can be used in different areas of activity. And this causes the deliberate use of virtualization technologies that consume a large number of resources, which can be an issue for personal computers with limited performance. To prevent dependence on various platforms, it was decided to use only one of them, which Roman will tell you about.
Yes, it was decided to unify the usage of Linux because it has several advantages. First of all, its ability to use special environments to run programs designed for other operation systems. It's a common knowledge that some programs are not cross-platform, which means that they are available only one, compatible only with one operation system. However, Linux, the usage of Linux gives us an ability to use environments where we can run these programs natively without any virtualization. Then is the usage of package managers. Unfortunately, some operation systems, such as Windows, do not have special requirements and restrictions on program installation process. That's why it's sometimes hard to automate this process. Fortunately, in Linux, there are Linux distributions, there are package managers by which program can be fully automatically installed. Then it's better security, fault tolerance. I think that is why Linux famous for it by these two reasons, and modularity. To solve this task, it's significantly important to have an operation system where adding and removing components will not cause any problems and affect performance. Then is file system hierarchy standard. Some Linux distributions, such as Debian or Ubuntu, follow this standard, which means that path for all parts of and components of programs are predetermined. And we can easily modify them. for our pupils. And is of course a free distribution. It can significantly decrease the cost of development of our project. Coming to the disadvantages is unfortunately inability to run some programs. Yes, unfortunately, and a variety of Linux distributions. But we tried somehow solve this problem. And we're going to introduce you BreezeOS, the first Linux distribution with the application of suitcase technology according to the what did you do method. BreezeOS can be depicted like this. On the left side, there is a B store with installed suitcase. On the right side, there is a Linux base that consists of all necessary parts, such as Linux kernel, some base programs such as desktop environment, package managers, and so on, and base configuration for these programs. Overall, the process of automated installation, please change slide, can be depicted like this. BreezeOS plus B store. We need to install BreezeOS, then open B store, choose suitable for us suitcase, choose suitable for us application, and install them. All process will be made automatically. Unfortunately, there are some alternatives for Linux, but we cannot say that they're fully compatible for this purpose. First of all, it's usage of WSO2 technology provided by Microsoft Corporation, and using package managers for Windows, such as Chocolate, but as I mentioned before, they cannot solve all problems that cause these operation systems.
Okay. As an experiment in December, March 2019 and 2020, an experimental education suitcase, which contains the following sets of programs that will be mentioned on the slide, was developed and launched on one of the computers of secondary school number 2045 in the Hatay district of Baku. This list of programs was created based on the survey conducted in the school among 42 people, which included teachers and students. The experiment involved early methods of BreezeOS 1910 and BreezeOS 2001. The experiment was conducted on the Nexus laptop with the characteristics that are illustrated on the slide. So, the results of the experiment were satisfactory. In particular, many computer users noted that the computer speed after installing BreezeOS has significantly increased. Problems related to incompatibility while working with files creating on Windows or difficulties in personal adapting to BreezeOS were not noticed. Unfortunately, we couldn't continue conducting this experiment because of coronavirus pandemics. And to sum up, we can say that the task of creating a method for automating the software packages installation and configuration process was solved by creating a special operating system that can run software designed for other operating systems, and using on this special OS, the developed B-Store program using the technology of suitcases based on the what did you do method. This automation technique was tested in the real conditions of an education enterprise and recommended for use by the institution authority.
There are some advantages such as easy usage and native work of most programs, and disadvantages such as dependency on this distribution, but we can say that it's only at the moment. So,
thank you a lot for attention. You can ask any question in English or Russian. We know both language in the high level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Now the time is for questions and answers. Please, dear members who want to ask something.
There are many free software package managers in the world. What is in your system better than in others?
Well, I can answer to this question. As I mentioned before, such technologies as Urban Code, FAI, or Docker, especially Docker, are used in segment of server computers, but they are challenging for use, first of all, for an ordinary user. And additionally, the usage of such technologies can significantly affect the performance of ordinary computer whose hardware resources whose hardware resources can be limited. And we introduce you more preferable way of installing the packages so it would be easy to use for ordinary users, and it will not affect the performance as much as, for example, Docker.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Yes. So I want to say that, of course, there are also package managers, especially for Linux. As I mentioned, it's chocolatey, and there are also something for Windows, and also something for Linux. We cannot say that they know package managers, but they are not provide they not provide solution for installing configuration.
Okay, who is a customer to your software? It's a special personnel of IT or usually users?
Well, our people who plan to use our package managers are, especially, of course, ordinary users, since for example, Docker is also a great solution of previously mentioned problem, but as I mentioned before, it can be challenging to use for ordinary users. So, of course, we plan to introduce our project for ordinary users, so it would be free to install. It would be distributed by license GPL version 3.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, please?
Anatoly is here.
Okay.
So how it deals, I'm not a specialist in this field, but now I see that a lot of software programs is going to the cloud technology. So you're not installing software, but such a link to the cloud and making the calculations or other thing from the cloud, how it can help here.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, it was my internet connection. Is it was question? Can you ask again?
The question was how can it help it for the programs which are mainly used on the cloud? So now, for example, there are several programs that I'm installing, not like a full software, full program, but like a link to some cloud where all the calculations performed.
Yes, but our target is a computer that are not in server segment, but in the, for example, in some enterprises such as schools. Of course, there are some techniques that used for sysadmins, let's say, in these enterprises, but we cannot say that they are fully how I can say secure and Linux operational system administrators, I mean system administrators who will perform all the tasks. And that's why we can say that this segment is not good for, I mean, not developed enough in this topic. That's why we can say that our solution is better for this segment.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Well, if not, guys, thank you for a very interesting presentation. And now I have another online competitor from Azerbaijan. That's the team of Nigar Novruzada. Please, the floor is yours. We are waiting for your presentation.
Hello everyone, I'm Novruzada Nigar. I'm from Azerbaijan. I joined with my team. My team member is Leyla Ismailzada, designer, Kenan Zulfikarlı, backend developer, Rashid Suleymanlı, frontend developer, and Asaf Alaferdiyev, mobile developer. We are resident of Business Incubator Center of Azerbaijan, University of Construction and Architecture. Now I would like to start my presentation. Can you see my screen?
In the progress.
Okay.
Yeah, we see.
Okay, I will start. Art is infinite. However, there is not enough attention to art. From ancient times to the present day, artists have always faced difficulties, obstacles. Let me tell you about an artist you've probably all heard of his name. He is Vincent Van Gogh. Although Vincent devoted only 7 years of his life painting, he painted one more 500 paintings. Now, let's take a small journey in Vincent's paintings when I talk about art. See how beautiful, remarkable art is. Unfortunately, Vincent, like other artists, suffered. He didn't even have money to buy paint. He could not sell his paintings. Long after Vincent's death, he was called an impressionist artist, but it was too late. Dozens of artists like Vincent have lived through it. Let's look at today. Do you think there is a difference? Although we are still in the 21st century, art and artists are still undervalued. Now I would like to continue with my teammate Kenan.
Thanks, Nigar. Even today, a number of talented young artists are unable to sell their work. Artists change professions because they can't make money. I think this is an injustice. I can give you some statistics. A maximum of 10-50 paintings can be sold in my country a year. The situation in other countries is not good either. Nigar, please continue.
Thank you. But I think there is no need to worry. Our idea is ideal for solving this problem. Let me introduce you to an idea that will make the lives of artists easier. Our idea is an art gallery. It's called NAS Gallery. Let me tell you about my project. However, we face such problems like low accessibility of works of art, waste of time, loss of money, and other big problems. That's why we would like to make a great impact on this. Let's have a look at our solution. We decided to create a platform with a convenient tool in order to increase the accessibility of works of art. And art can easily be involved in our platform. And also these people can easily make a profit by selling their paintings. And we will help them to save money and time. And also it will be a great encouragement for amateur artists. Also, one of the best advantages of the platform is that it's suitable not only for artists, but also for anyone interested in art. Then I have a question. How may our platform differ from others? I think Leila will answer this question. I will continue with my other teammate, Leila. Leila, are you here?
Can I continue? Okay, our platform can work actively even in extreme situations. For example, during the pandemic, as a gallery stopped working. Even as we said in presentation, our opponent is only other galleries. However, it's possible that they will cooperate with us in the future because in a gallery is more convenient, as I said. Now I want to talk something about our revenue model. I think it will be interesting to everyone. Income model is very simple. A certain percentage of the income from the sale of works of art. At the beginning of the presentation, we asked why there is a need for an art gallery. I hope we were able to explain to you the importance of the gallery. Our platform will have a positive impact on the lives of artists, as well as anyone interested in art.
Thank you, Asif. Now I think it will be interesting. This is our team members again, and our contact numbers, phone number and Gmail address. You're those a treasure, touch them with us. Thanks for attention. We're ready for questions.
Thank you very much. A very original idea to my opinion. And now, please, dear jury members, maybe someone of you would like to clarify something, ask a question or make a comment.
I would like to clarify, is it like a Shutterstock for artists, right?
Yes, this is platform for artists and anyone interested in art.
But is it like a Shutterstock where you can place your art, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how the shipment will be? Maybe I missed something in your presentation.
Excuse me, can you repeat?
Shipping, as I understood, is it like a Shutterstock, like some kind of Shutterstock platform? Yes, similar to Shutterstock, where you can place your art, and if somebody willing to buy it, you should to ship it, right?
This is a platform using for sale artworks. Not only artworks, it's include that statues, some other artistic works and other works. It is an online platform for using easily and very useful for pandemic period.
But what you're going to sell, just a platform, yes? And what the artists are going to sell through this platform, nothing, right? Or
now this is platform is prototype period. We are trying to realize that idea.
okay, thank you.
So I would like to maybe ask a follow-up question, or maybe just I did not understand, but for example, I'm an artist and I have a painting of my view outside my window and I have it in the physical shape. I have here the painting that I made and I would like to commercialize that. What do I do next?
Okay, you should join our site and you can register. Also, you can shoot your artworks picture and you can send us. And then we are organize everything and you can sell your artworks.
So do I sell the digital image of my picture?
Yes.
So
but
only digital.
I have other ideas and this is our differences. We can make a situation and people can touch the works. This is our startup secret. When I realize, you can see.
Yes, but if somebody would like to buy this actual thing to put it on the wall in his or her apartment, is it possible to ship this picture of mine to client, or that's only digital paintings you try to sell?
No, we can sell and for clients, and we use the cargo system for any countries, and the client can yes receive these works easily.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hello, dear presenter. I have one question. Yes. My question is, if we have a lot of artists in your platform, I mean, how do you order these artists? You know, if the painting is ranked #1, ranked #2, or in the first page, it will be seen by a lot of buyers. Yes. It means the possibility to sell this painting is much higher than in the other pages. So do you consider how to order these artists, and do you have anything in your mind? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, we contact with artists and always talking about each other. Also, they are registered our platform very easily system, and then they are write or names, contact numbers, and other something. And we have other idea for determine price, and this is other secret, and we trying to complete. This is our platform. When I complete, we are determining the price easily for artists and for clients. And this is very easy for artists. Register, sale, order, cargo, organizing system.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. It's clear. Thank you.
Thank you so
I like
much.
your platform.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's it for the questions, or somebody would like to ask something else? Okay, and thank you very much again for the presentation.
Thank you so much.
And now we have another contestant, another online contestant, this time from Kazakhstan. That's Evgeny Valchenko. Please, so we are looking forward to hear your presentation. We see the picture, but we can't hear you. Okay, Evgeny, can you?
Okay, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we see you and hear you. Good.
Before we start the presentation of our project, let's take a look at our city, our state from Kazakhstan, Mangistal state.
Видео включайте.
So, next one. Here comes a summary of our project and the essence of it. The essence of the project is a concept of providing the greatest comfort for people in the cities, which is also one of the most important steps in smart city development. Our bench. Apologies. Our bench has more functionality than ordinary benches installed in public places, in parks, calls, squares, and other public institutions. This bench is equipped with canopy that shelters from rain and sunlight. We analyzed the market and the cost of our project should not exceed 500,000 Kazakhstani tenges, or approximately 1,170 US dollars. The amount is the minimum budget for the starting business in Kazakhstan. Okay. The main difference from the usual benches is by the presence of USB ports to charge different devices. The energy will come from solar panels, which will give the tremendous support to the renewable energy transition. Now, let's move to the sources of cooling and heating. This bench will have a sliding sunroof. It will have a sliding hatch on the canopy. It will also have seat. Currently, there are two. Analogs. And about analogs. After conducting a preliminary, we identified several well-known brands of analogs of our smart bench. Smart bench by LED Solutions, by Megapolis, Smart bench model by Strawberry Energy, Model Ego 1 by Ego Mini by Ingo Planet, Steora by Include, and Solar bench model by Universal Studies. Unlike all analogs, our model has a. I'm giving a word to the Dinar.
The structure. By general proportion, our model in length is 180 centimeter, 70 centimeter wide, and 200 centimeter high. This design consists of itself with an optimal depth with an existing roof canopy, which is attached to side holders. The canopy has a 3-level retainer for the position of the roof itself that could be changed by if necessary. Thanks.
The design. The design is my most delicious part. We have developed a design based on minimalism, as this gives a person to your child and a pleasing pictures for his eyes. Pine wood will give our bench reliability, and polymer boards in a chocolate shape will emphasize elegance and sophistication. The soft seat and a backrest of the bench based on memory foam will give you unforgettable comfort and coziness. And this water 6 color and 6 shades will give our baby an aesthetic look. About aesthetic, our bench will also be equipped with a retractable canopy, allowing you to see the beautiful night sky surrounded by stars. And the same LED lights will be add even more atmosphere to your viewing. All the equipment that feeds our miracle will be in the legs respectively. Next one. Materials I talked it, and profit and loss. Zhenya, Evgeny.
The main profit, one of the main income sources besides the selling of the benches will be advertising banners. The price of advertising will depend on selected service packages. Advertisers themselves can choose locations with advertising banners at discretion. In addition, the extra income will be from the installation of benches to private individuals. The loss will be in the case of failure in any components and their further repair. The risk also includes the duration of pandemic period. Take a look at the service packages and what they are. 3 packages, small, medium, and large. All of them depend on advertising period, ad duration itself, amount of location points, and amount of banners. I just kind of
conclusion. In general, here comes the conclusion. In general, here comes the conclusion that this project is one of steps of approaching the greatest comfort and plays future role in smart city creation and its development. Possibly in the future, we would like to propose this idea to state or private enterprises. Every evening on the streets of the city, a huge number of lamps light up, which illuminate the facades of residential buildings and the coast. At the same time, tens of thousands of tourists visit our city every year. Due to these two reasons, new unique outdoor benches with solar panel lights created by XYZ team should be placed in our city. Their peculiarity is that they not only illuminate the streets, but also help keep the environment clean, distribute Wi-Fi, and are mobile device charging stations, having many more functions. Moreover, they don't have to be connected to the city's electrical network. Conventional street benches with lanterns have become inefficient. Around the world, more than $40 billion US is spent annually on lighting street lights, which also produce over 100 million tons of carbon dioxide per year. In the future, technologies like ours should significantly reduce not only the city's electricity costs, but also the volume of carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere. Our benches are perfect for parks, sidewalks, town squares, train stations, bus stops, parks, university campuses, and shopping malls.
That's all what we said. You can ask the questions now. Take a look at our city what again.
Thank you guys for your presentation, dear jury members.
Yeah, maybe Anatoly can start as usually. And we are wondering so simple idea and why you didn't take into consideration the new technologies that can make it more attractive and more convenient. I don't know, solar panels for charging. I don't know, some stations maybe for electric bicycle or these electrical scooters, or maybe some idea you can borrow from this airport where you can move the pedals and you can charge your phone. So I think some modern technologies are missing here. So far, it's nice presentation of nice idea, nice design of this bench and so on, but something is missing. Yes.
What's that?
The question maybe would be, did you consider the solar energy and some new fancy stuff as scooters and e-bikes? Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Can you repeat it once again, the question?
The question is why you didn't take into consideration these solar panels and some parking lot for scooters, electric scooters or electric bikes for the co-sharing. For now, the problem is that we are in each cities. They have a lot of co-sharing, electric scooters, and the problem is where to park them. So,
well,
sorry for making it complicated once again, but okay.
Well, we didn't actually consider adding the additional electrical scooters with bike racks added to our benches, but we're possibly we'll look forward adding it in the next versions of our smart bench, Luminarium 2.0 or maybe earlier or further.
Next.
That was your answer to the Anatoly comment, right?
As I как я правильно понял, но
так, можно и по-русски, не знаю, вроде все понятно, да. Ну, хорошо, там есть куда развиваться и чем апгрейдить эту скамейку, скажем так.
Okay, good. So any other jury members maybe have any additional questions to ask the team from Kazakhstan?
Hello, I have an extra question.
Okay.
My question is, what's the unique characteristic of your bench when comparing with other benches? This is my main question.
Okay.
Well, as we mentioned, our main advantage of our model will be rain and sunlight protective canopy. That actually any other analog model doesn't have. About the environmental sensors, we didn't add it yet because we didn't find it practical for the bench that it actually has the essence of bringing the comfort to visitors.
And maybe about cost?
That's
okay. Okay, it's very clear, and I wonder where can we place this this bench? I mean, some very special places or other places else. Where can we place them?
Well, as we mentioned at the end, this bench is perfect for parks, squares, stations, bus stops, and any other places, but not limited to.
Okay, hope to see them in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. So any other questions, or we can transit to the next presentation? Okay, good. Thank you, guys. The next is offline participant. That's Regina Alembayeva with the service designer helper.
And good afternoon. I am glad to present my startup, which is aimed to create intelligent support system for interior design project. Many people think that the job of designer is very easy, but it's not so. Each design project consists of sketch, engineering, calculation, and management parts. The design work begins with the study of the premises and ends with the ASO supervision. The goal of my startup is to overcome the complexities of combining creativity with management or communication. Our mentor confirmed that project manager and designer need a tool to help them organize his workflow efficiently. With our system, we will save up 5% of project time, reduce cost, and increase the number of projects. During a problem interview, 19% or 18% of respondents spend a lot of time on selecting images, communicating, searching for suitable materials, finding time for meetings. 95% of respondents confirmed the need for universal tool, but only 19% of professionals think that our program will be effective. According to the Union of Architects of Russia, the number of professionals working is 25,000 people. The cost of service design interior is about $27.8. The salary of professional designer is about $2,000. The market volume of design interior project is $73.8 billion. At the moment, according to the Restart, we are seeing the growth of real estate in Russia. The estate is in need of renovation, which means that service interior designer will grow too. I hope each of us will buy own real estate and order the high quality project design of interior and from this designer who use our system. Many successful global startups try to use AE and create a solution to simplify the development of high quality design project, specifically for each client. We have done a lot of work. Now we are focused on developing and testing prototype. Now we can watch some movie about our product description. Звук, пожалуйста. И с самого начала тогда уж.
Our product is a web application that can be used from all available devices with our system. Any designer easily organizes his workflow and intelligently allocates time. You no longer need to go to different applications to find suitable materials, create a collage, or make an appointment. With the help of neural networks, you can quickly and easily create unique graphic images individually for each customer. Control the process of project support from the comfort of your home and user efficiency 100%. Our product.
Thank you. This slide shows the main function of our project. Creating project, contractor and material database, managing the progress of work, creating codecs and new graphic images, voice notes, and chat. We use client-server architect to develop our web application. It consists of client web server from PHP and PostgreSQL database. Keras, Python, and TensorFlow is AI technology for training a neural network. We have chosen two methods, monetization. The first is free version with limited functionality. The second is monthly subscription with functionality. At the moment, we have developed a landing page for our website to further convince potential customers to use our product. We will use target advertising on social networks and Yandex.Direct to promote our system. We will also try to implement our system for free testing in the community of designers and students. There are no complete analogs of our system on the Russian market, so we consider the tool used by a designer. As we can see, apart from Jira, no program is responsible for organizing work on project. But we are not just a Agile project management program like Jira. We are developing a work portal, a social network for designers. Our team consists of 6 young guys. I am the captain and my role is administration. Also, I am developer. We need some professional developer who can finish product. Great design begins with an even great system. Thank you.
Regina, thank you very much. And please, dear jury members, here in Tumen or worldwide, please ask Regina some questions.
So maybe I'm too active, but let me also ask short question. So why the architect should use it? I have a 10 years experience with, I don't know, with a lot of different architects, and each architect or each customer choose their own platform. There are, I don't know, 10, more than 10 different platforms. And I think it's pretty tough challenge for you to get all architects or all companies in one place because they're using different platforms. So what it makes so unique? And yeah, what would be the unique thing?
Как вы будете конкурировать с другими платформами на рынке, потому что в том числе достаточно сложно включить архитектуру всех компаний в одно конкретное приложение, потому что в каждой компании своя архитектура.
Ну, я добавлю от себя еще компании именно и заказчики, и исполнители, и строители, ну, в этом плане, да. Так что, да.
Ну, мы провели среди дизайнеров проблемное интервью и выяснили, что вот еще у нашего ментора, который работает именно в этой сфере, и выяснили, что у них нет универсального инструмента, именно который затрагивает все функции управления проектом, плюс еще какие-то фичи, чтобы именно затрагивать сферу дизайна, а не только управление проектом. Вот.
Ну, хорошо, старайтесь, да, тяжело всех заставить использоваться, потому что я знаю, ну, даже поколение уже сейчас настолько быстро информация меняется, что, ну, те, кто, не знаю, там 2-3 года назад были молодые, сейчас уже не успевают за компьютерными технологиями. Так что, ну, удачи.
Спасибо.
So the answer was that the main feature of our application is that it combines not only the manager and organization parts of the process, but also the designer parts of the process. Okay, any other questions from the jury members?
Как вы тренируете нейронную сеть?
Ну, во-первых, тренируется на двух датасетах. Первый датасет — это текстовый, второй датасет с изображениями. Архитектура нейронной сети — это архитектура GAN, которая использует в себе две сети. Это сеть-генератор и сеть-дискриминатор. Сеть-генератор генерирует изображение на уже существующих, а дискриминатор проверяет то, что генерирует генератор.
Где вы данные берете? Ну, в смысле, что вот это хорошо, это плохо. Кто размечает вам?
Ну вот, как раз сеть-дискриминатор. В смысле то, что вот конечное изображение хорошо или плохо?
Исходные данные тренировочные кто-то должен разметить. Ну, то есть хорошо, плохо. То есть...
Ну, я не знаю.
The question was, how do you train your neural network? And the answer was that with text and images and with using generators and discriminators. That's it. Okay, the other questions? If there are no questions, then we thank Regina for a great presentation. And now we have the team of Daria Leonova. She has an interesting presentation on the topic of the effective distant work.
Why I have only two hands? I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start. Hi everyone, my name is Daria. I'm a business intelligence team leader. I have a great project based on Microsoft technologies that I want to tell you about. We all remember 2020, when most of the companies that had the opportunity switched to remote work or home office in a different way. Someone began to use Microsoft Teams for video communication and work correspondence. Someone began to use Zoom, as we know, and various instant messengers for work correspondence. But all team leaders and business owners faced the following questions. How to evaluate the effectiveness of remote work? Are employees really working and not doing housework? Which products are best to use? Why are there so many chats and messages? I'm so sorry, but that heels kill my legs and my neck, and I do this. Okay. To answer this question, my team decided to create a solution, an intelligent system for assessing the effectiveness of remote work of employees. A related goal for my team was to choose products that cause their main pains of remote work and help organize a cohesive workspace. The main problem that the intelligent system causes are presented on the slide. The business model of my product. Here I will probably focus on a few things. Key partners are Mont. a distribution company that holds a leading position in the market for the sale and implementation of Microsoft products with the help of its partners. Since our system is built on Microsoft products, this is an ideal sales channel. Advertising channels, like all young startups leaders, I want to use social network to get the first customers to tell others about our solution. The following dialogue appears to me. What have you got? What are these figures, graphs? This is how my team works. I can say almost everything. Have you ever heard of this? No, I haven't. I want it. Where can I buy it? Who should I give my money to? Also, a good solution will be to arrange webinars. Mont will help with the organization. Of course. And my team will also record videos and upload them to YouTube, because not using that beautiful face and that beautiful voice is a crime. We have come to the fun part, system demonstration. This is what the first page looks like. Here I can view basic information for all employees at once or each separately using filters. I can view data for a specific year, month, and even day. When I hover over each graph, I can see the details. Here, for example, I see exactly how many hours are in this column. The transition between the pages is organized through the familiar menu. Some people call it a burger. I hope there are no hungry people here, because I want to run. This is the second page of report. It provides information on all calls, group calls, and meetings that occur during the selected period. Here I can also see the data for each user separately, select a specific year, month, and day. Conveniently, I can expand each visual element to full screen. For example, this graph shows how the number of minutes spent by user in call has changed. In November 2020, when there was another peak of pandemic, we talked much more than we do now. The gray area is the forecast that was built using the analysis of previous periods. This page will be useful for development team leader. I can see the average number of commits a developer makes per day and month. I see who makes the most comments and who, on the contrary, almost doesn't. I can view the repositories that the team worked with during the selected periods. I can also view the dynamics from month to month by the number of commits separately for each user. Moreover, separately for each developer, I can see the forecast. This page helps you plan your workload for the next month well, and also helps to see the real data on the work of employees. In addition to the work of the development department, I can evaluate the work of the sales department. After all, the more project the sales department brought, the more developers work. Each visual element can be exported to a C3 table for data analysis in Excel. And if viewing graphs, histograms are not convenient, then you can use the analysis function in Excel. An Excel file will be generated in which you can build tables and pivot tables to your liking based on the same data that is used in the visualization. I'm so sorry, that is used in the visualization. This slide shows the prices for the solution. Below are the prices of additional licensing for the system. For users who are already using additional products, the cost will be only $2 higher, which is not that expensive. Net profit by the end of this year is $2,850. The initial contribution to the project is no more than $2,880. By March 2022, the net profit will be 5 times more than the initial contribution. The graph shows the dynamic from month to month in terms of income, expenses, and net profit. I would like to note that the product will start to make a profit in the second month of sales. The results of surveys of 10 team leads and business owners showed the following results. We can conclude that the product is interesting to the end user. The risks that can arise when entering the market are the same for most products. To protect yourself from them, it's planned to modify the system and add data analysis from other systems. For example, add analysis of developer work based on work in GitHub. To increase interest, we will launch a few more advertisements and discount the first few months of use. To ensure safety, the team decided to reduce the human factor and implement the delivery of product using the RPA system. And this is my team that took part in the creation of the intelligent system. In the end of my speech, I would like to tell that working on this project made me happy because I was involved in something large scale. So don't forget to do what makes you happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daria. And now here comes the final part, is questions and answers. So please, dear jury members, ask Daria the questions that you want to know the answers to.
Yeah, maybe Anatoly, it's like to make it like a tradition. The first question from Anatoly. So something similar I have for my kids. Microsoft sends me once a week all this breakdown where how many hours were spent in which platform, which web page, and so on. So what makes the difference? And other thing, of course, how is it necessary to measure the efficiency by the length of the calls and the length spent, some of the time spent on the internet? I think the productivity is measured by written reports or sales. Can we add to these models some performance indicators? For example, I don't know, time spent on phone speaking to these customers versus sales and something similar. Thank you.
Первое. В чем отличие от схожей программы, которая есть у Microsoft, которая также дает разбивку по времени и другие критерии? Но я думаю, что, наверное, понимаете, о чем говорите, о чем сказано было. И второй вопрос, или на первый сначала?
Сначала на первый.
Окей.
Отличие в том, что сейчас встроенная аналитика Microsoft Teams, которая есть, она не позволяет просмотреть в такой детализации то, что предлагаю я и моя команда.
The answer is that Microsoft does not allow to see such detalization that my team and I offer. And the second, и второй вопрос, это почему эффективное время изменяется именно просто в часах, а не во времени работы, а не в, допустим, написанных отчетах, или, например, почему не в таком показателе, как время, потраченное на разговор с клиентом, соотношение этого с количеством продаж?
Это хороший вопрос. И я думаю, что именно такие метрики, которые были сейчас названы, будут в скором времени добавлены. Сейчас аналитика позволяет посмотреть детализацию по часам, которые были проведены в нерабочее время и в рабочее время. Также отдельно можно посмотреть количество звонков, которые были совершены с клиентом.
That's a good question about the criteria of time spending, and I think that the criteria that were said by Anatoly would be added soon, but by now we have only such criteria, and also we have criteria of the amount of calls made. Okay.
Ну, смотрите, разработка программного обеспечения, особенно, так скажем, она достаточно субъективна. Там количество фиксаций, ну, собственно говоря, сотруднику сделать там много ничего не стоит. Вот, поэтому в основе всегда лежит устав проекта, то есть и принципы, которые команда заложила. То есть в основе вашей модели какая лежит методика? То есть как вообще на самом деле вот любая подойдет методика, либо какая-то конкретная, лучше всего для фиксации производительности сотрудников?
Сейчас в основу заложены основные принципы нескольких компаний. То есть очень много компаний сейчас работает по принципу, сколько ты часов потратил, за столько часов ты получишь деньги. Именно этот принцип был изначально заложен. Но для того, чтобы получить большую прибыль и привести больше клиентов, я думаю, можно рассмотреть кастомную разработку на основе тех же данных, которая позволит практически под любой метод подогнать эту систему.
Okay, so the question was, what is in the base of your of the criteria that you shown us? What did you use? How did you rate the productivity of the work based on the criteria that were registered? Maybe the base should be the main, like the blueprint, the project document in the company, or what? And the answer was that we used several criteria to fixate the productivity of the work that were taken from a couple of popular companies. But Daria thinks that that's possible to make a custom-made product based on the criteria that would be given to a certain other client, let's say, company head.
Я бы, наверное, пожелание высказался бы просто, не вопрос. То есть вообще результативность компании, она задачами решаемыми, то есть делается. Соответственно, если agile взять, то есть это фичи, так называемые. И поэтому вот количество часов, ну, поверьте, так скажем, то есть это в пользу, так скажем, покупателя. То есть как бы вот увеличим так, что как бы дорого будет.
So the comment was that according to Agile, the main things in the other programs, these are some features, not only the amount of hours, because the amount of hours is such fluid criteria that can be adapted to any need of any company. Okay, any other questions from the...
Можно задать на русском, да, потому что вот у нас такой вот, уточните, пожалуйста, вот из презентации, не совсем, наверное, поняла владение языком. У вас разработка это, значит, аналитика на основе Power BI или вы предлагаете альтернативу Power BI?
Нет, это разработка на Power BI.
То есть на готовой платформе, просто внедрение какого-то этого... Поэтому я просто почему уточняю, потому что Power BI это же готовая платформа, но тут просто на ней работать, освоить операции, вообще как внедрять эту систему в производство, мне кажется. А ваша именно работа заключается, то есть ваш вклад только в том, что вы эту систему внедрили вот в производство, так получается?
Не совсем верно. Power BI — это продукт, который позволяет делать на нем аналитические отчеты с использованием данных из различных систем. Мы взяли этот продукт для того, чтобы создать собственный отчет, который позволит руководителям отделов и владельцам бизнеса анализировать работу компании. И наш конечный продукт будет автоматически доставляться до людей, которые уже либо имеют Power BI и могут использовать этот продукт. Это наши первичные клиенты, кстати говоря. И для тех клиентов, которые знают о Power BI, но еще его по какой-то причине не используют.
То есть у нас в нашем университете тоже внедрена эта система поддержки решений вуза на основе Power BI. Но мы не заявляем ее как стартап. Получается, у вас больше аутсорсинг. Вы предлагаете услуги по внедрению платформы Power BI в производство. Скорее так получается.
Знаете, я могу рассуждать долго на эту тему насчет Power BI, потому что я являюсь руководителем отдела разработки, и если вас это заинтересовало, я могу вам оказать отдельную консультацию.
Ну хорошо, можно семинар тогда, потому что у нас тоже есть что показать по Power BI. Хорошо, спасибо.
Спасибо за вопросы.
So the question was whether it's a Power BI based program or just an something else? And the answer was yes, that's Power BI based program, but it is developed by such a fashion that it will suit to need of any company head, and will let him or her to analyze the concrete goals that would be given, that would be asked to be analyzed by this company head. Okay, so no other questions. Then I would like to say that the timing for our presentations is over. If we still have a couple of, and well, thank you for thank you to Daria. Yes, of course. We still have a couple of teams, but we already ran out of time. And dear teams that were not included here, if you insist, we would listen to you. If not, then we would start the jury meeting. So what's your reply? Okay, so if there are no other teams, yes, then thank you everybody for presenting. Now we have 12 minutes break for jury to decide on the winners, and we have a break for 12 minutes. We can talk here and drink water and have rest, and then in 12 minutes we commit again. 12-минутный перерыв, пожалуйста. Отдыхайте, обсуждайте, попейте водички. Через 12 минут мы возвращаемся снова. Сейчас я еще одну оценочку поставлю, Дарья, и скажу, и пожалуйста, мы за, устраивайтесь там, я подойду и сейчас помогу просто оценочку последнюю поставить. Надо повернуть. We are sorry because we asked, didn't hear the reply, and now everybody is gone and we are running out of time. So from the name of the jury, we're sorry that we are not able to give you this chance, but I think next time you'll be able to present. So thank you very much for being here.
Dear colleagues, I am glad to say the results of our competition. The third place is Алимбаева Regina Ilhamjonovna. Бежит. Ну, мы для нее специально еще потом повторим. Second place, Leonova Daria Yurievna. And first place, Kitai Jim Siu Team. So, all the participants of this event is the best teams. So we prepare special nomination. The best creative idea, Велижанина Виктория Ильинична, Study Flow. The best working prototype, Logachev Nikita Alexandrovich. The best presentation of the material, Kitai Bricks Labs. Lab. The best commercial projects, Ведянин Сергей Анатольевич. The best IT solution, Azerbaijan Roman Толсташеев. The best original idea, Azerbaijan Nigiyar Nauruzada. And the best social project, Kazakhstan. I'm sorry, I don't see family. Нету, да? Team of the Kazakhstan, the best social project. Как? Команда XYZ.
So, and now after the announcement of the winners, we give the word to the organizer here, Oleg Danilov, and he will say some words after this competition.
Спасибо большое. Уважаемые друзья, признаюсь откровенно, мне все очень понравилось сегодня. Если перефразировать русскую пословицу, первый блин не оказался комом, да, он оказался очень вкусным.
So thank you. I would like to say that I liked everything that happened today, and the first time wasn't that bad. It actually was really perfect.
Конечно, не все, что мы задумали, нам удалось сегодня воплотить, но у нас же еще все впереди.
Not everything that we thought might happen happened, but we have everything in front of us in the future.
Хочу искренне поблагодарить всех членов жюри за то, что они нашли время и очень активно участвовали сегодня в том, чтобы оценить представленные материалы, и особенно русскоязычное жюри, поскольку сегодня выходной день и праздник, и они даже не искали повода для того, чтобы отказаться от участия в мероприятии.
And so I'd like to thank the jury members who contributed their valuable time in the estimation of the value of each project, and thank you for spending this time. For some of us, it's actually the weekend, and Oleg Danilov is saying thank you for all of you and us to be here.
Выражаю благодарность также Александру Гордиевскому, начальнику отдела международного протокола Тюменского индустриального университета, и всей международной службе за организацию мероприятия, за подготовку.
And also thanks go to Alexander Gordievsky, the chief of the International Protocol Department of Industrial University of Tumen, and the whole Industrial University of Tumen international team for organization of this event.
Отдельно хочу поблагодарить организационную команду, которая формировала, собственно, саму идею, план подготовки мероприятия. Это координатор Марина Суханова, это Дарья Романова, Алексей Осипенко, Наталья Белоусова, Владимир Доманский.
Okay, and also thank you to the whole organization team who formed the program of this event. These are Marina Sukhanova, Daria Romanova, Vladimir Domansky, Natalia Belousova.
Да, ну и безмерно признателен нашему модератору, директору программному «Точки кипения Тюмень» Алексею Нилаеву за блестящее ведение, обсуждение и за великолепный перевод.
And so Oleg Danilov also thanks my humble efforts in this endeavor of us. Well, thank you.
Ну и, конечно же, всем ребятам, студентам, их руководителям, которые очень волновались, долго готовились к этому мероприятию, всем студентам из Китая, Азербайджана, Казахстана и России, которые принимали сегодня активное участие и показали себя молодцами.
And also thank you to all the students from Russia, China, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and their supervisors for their really beautiful presentations and for their preparation. That was really great.
Смотрю на ваши достаточно уставшие лица. Здорово выступали, отлично болели.
And thank you for all the cheerleaders out here who watched the event.
Ну и хочу выразить, конечно же, надежду, что ровно через год мы вновь встретимся вот на этой площадке, очень уютной и красивой, и снова победит сильнейший.
And hopefully in a year, we would meet again at this very comfortable place, and the strongest will also win as today. Thank you. And okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody who have been here. It was really beautiful and really good event. And we invite you to take part in our competition next year. I think it was great because it was really international wise. It was great because there were great student works here. And yes, I was amazed by their quality. We wish to see you in a year and see your friendly faces and again meet and discuss science. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you next year. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you.